Dawson's Creek is an iconic show from the late 90s to early 2000s. It had a successful 6 seasons, and a majority of the cast went on to do even greater things. In fact, some of the cast members got their start thanks to the show. Today, let's take a look at the cast and see what they're up to nowadays. Starting off this countdown, we have James Van Der Beek, aka the one and only Dawson Leary. In the show, Dawson wants to become a huge director like Steven Spielberg, so he enlists his friends to help star in his productions. After the series, James went on to star in One Tree Hill, Don't Trust the Bitch in Apartment 23, CSI, Cyber, and much, much more. He even was on Dancing with the Stars, where he placed 5th, which, not bad. What's more impressive is that James only had a few credits to his name when he booked his role on Dawson's Creek. He then dropped out of university, where he was studying English, to pursue his career in acting. Currently, he is voicing the character of Boris on Disney's animated series, Vampirina. He currently has 6 children with his wife, Kimberly Brooke. Now, I will say he is keeping it pretty low-key with his acting, kind of, just doing it casually, as opposed to his cast members. In our 9th spot, we have Katie Holmes. Many people argue that Katie Holmes is one of the most successful actors from the cast of Dawson's. In fact, she almost passed on the role as Joey Potter. Turns out that she had a high school production at the same time as her audition for Dawson's Creek, and she refused to drop out. Thankfully, they let her send in a video self-tape for her audition, and then she got it. Since then, she has gone on to star in films such as Pieces of April, Christopher Nolan's Batman Begins, Thank You for Smoking, and the horror film Don't Be Afraid of the Dark. And of course, she went on to marry Tom Cruise in 2006. And for the longest time, they were a power couple until their divorce in 2012. Katie also went on to star in the TV miniseries The Kennedys, where she plays Jackie Kennedy. And she has starred in 2 episodes of How I Met Your Mother before starring in Ray Donovan. There's many other films and shows that she's been in. Like, literally, the list could go on and on. In our 8th spot today, we have Kerr Smith. Kerr Smith played Jack McPhee on Dawson's Creek and became one of the first gay characters to be in a series regular on a prime time drama. So that was huge for the show and him. Kerr actually attended the University of Vermont, where he got a bachelor's degree in business administration. He didn't book his first role until he was 24, so for many, he got into acting at a late age. His first gig was on As the World Turns. He was on the soap opera for a year and a half before appearing on the 2nd season of Dawson's Creek. Smith has gone on to star in Charmed, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., The Fosters, and most recently, Riverdale. And of course, he was in the Final Destination franchises. How can we forget? Nowadays, he also runs a holistic health and wellness business called Terra Life Wellness with his second wife, Lisa. In our 7th spot, we have Mary Beth Peil. Mary Beth is now 81 years old, and she is still acting. She started acting in the 1960s and went on to play Jen Lindley's grandmother on Dawson's. Now, Mary Beth actually began acting in a number of Broadway shows. So after Dawson's Creek, she went back to Broadway. She starred in 9, Follies, and Anastasia. In fact, she earned her 2nd Tony Award nomination for Anastasia. She also went on to star in The Good Wife, The Village, and most recently, The CW's Katie Keene. In our 6th spot today, we have John Wesley Shipp. You probably know him as Mitch Leary, aka Dawson's father on Dawson's Creek. Now, John had quite a few roles under his belt before starring in Dawson's, including playing Barry Allen on the CBS The Flash. So it makes sense that after Dawson's Creek, he would continue on to have a successful career. Since then, he has starred in Teen Wolf, The Closer, One Life to Live, Supergirl, The Arrow, and now he plays Barry Allen's father, Henry Allen, on the CW's reboot of The Flash. It's kind of cool how that role kind of came full circle for him. We are now at our 5th and halfway mark today with Mary Margaret Humes. Mary played Gail Leary, Dawson's mom, on Dawson's Creek. Before her role, she had been in shows like The Dukes of Hazzard, Throwback if you know that show, and Blossom. Since Dawson's Creek, she has been in a number of TV shows and movies, but nothing super well known. I mean, she was in Grey's Anatomy, Criminal Minds, and Ghost Whisperer, but only in a single episode, never recurring characters. The main projects that she's been working on are TV movies. She's been in a lot of Hallmark movies, including Christmas in Love, Winter Love Story, A Feeling of Home, and A Valentine's Match. In our 4th spot, we have Joshua Jackson. After Dawson's Creek, Joshua Jackson went on to star in Fringe, The Affair, on Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, Little Fires Everywhere, and Dr. Death. He also appeared in a number of movies as well, and he made an appearance on stage, performing in the productions of A Life in the Theater, Smart People, and Children of a Lesser God. He has maintained a lower profile as well compared to his colleagues, but he's still working. From 2006 to 2016, Joshua was in a relationship with Diane Kruger, but after 10 years together, the pair split. 2 years later, he began dating Joni Turner Smith, and they got married in 2019, and in 2020, they welcomed their first child together. In our third spot today, we have Busy Phillips. Busy Phillips had been in Freaks and Geeks before she joined the cast of Dawson's Creek as Audrey, Joey's college roommate. After the show, she went on to land a leading role in Cougar Town and also starred in some pretty iconic movies like White Chicks, He's Just Not That Into You, The Gift, and I Feel Pretty. In fact, for Cougar Town, she won a Critics' Choice TV Award for Best Supporting Actress. Not only that, but she has starred in a number of shows like Vice Principals, American Dad, and most recently, Girls 5 Ever. In 2019, she even briefly hosted her own talk show. In 2007, Busy married Mark Silverstein, and they have 2 children together. Fun fact, her and Michelle Williams are still very close and good friends. In our second spot, we have Meredith Monroe. Meredith Monroe was actually the oldest member of the Creek crew in the show. Similar to Kerr, she had a late start to acting. She only had a couple of small roles on her resume before booking Dawson's Creek. Afterwards, she starred in a number of big TV shows like Californication, NCIS, Psych, CSI New York, Heart of Dixie, and Castle. She even had a reoccurring role on Criminal Minds. From there, she booked a role in the film The Edge of 17, which is a great coming-of-age movie if you haven't seen it. Then from 2018 to 2020, she was in 13 Reasons Why on Netflix, which is a good show also. And in our number 1 spot today, we have Michelle Williams. People say that out of everyone in Dawson's Creek, Michelle Williams went on to have the most successful career. She has starred in a number of big-name productions over the years. You got Blue Valentine, Brokeback Mountain, My Week with Marilyn, Manchester by the Sea, Shutter Island, The Greatest Showman, just to name a few. In fact, she is a Golden Globe and Emmy Award-winning actor. She's also been nominated for a Tony Award and 4 Academy Awards, and several Oscar nominations. In 2004, Michelle began dating Heath Ledger, and they welcomed a daughter, Matilda, together a year later. In 2007, the pair broke off, and several months later, he sadly died from an accidental drug overdose. Nowadays, Michelle has a number of upcoming projects, including The Fabelmans, Showing Up, and Fever. Alright guys, that's all for today's video. Let me know in the comments below if you like this new video series where we talk about like a certain show and we talk about the cast and where they're now. Let me know in the comments below. And now, speaking of comments, let's move on to our comment shout out portion. I'll be shouting out comments from the video Top 10 Celebrities Who Have a Horrible Reputation. Jabbar Muhammad commented, "This is the reason why I don't associate with celebrities. I just wish there are some celebrities with good reputations." But then Aaron Owens commented and responded to that saying there are. And there are. I'll name a few for you. John Cena, Dwayne Rock Johnson, Adam Sandler, and Keanu Reeves. Honestly, I just put this comment in for Adam Sandler. I absolutely love him. So shout out to you, Adam Sandler, for being problematic and making amazing movies that I want to star in. So Linda Magagala commented, "I just only associate with the celebrities who have a good reputation, such as Keanu Reeves." Oh, he's on this list again. Harrison Ford, I agree. Haley Steinfeld, yes. Florence Pugh, don't really know much about her. And Tom Holland, yes. And Zendaya. You gotta throw Zendaya on. Also, they said, "What up, Lindsay Ivan?" What up to you, Linda? All right, guys, that's all the comments I'm shouting out for today's video. Make sure to comment something down below for a chance to be featured in my next comment shout out. And as always, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. I've been your host, Lindsay Ivan, and I'll see you when I see ya. Bye.